Now at 10, we are ringing in the new year with rain. We'll have the timing and the cold air that follows coming up.
Women hurt in a crash in New Haven are now suing the city. Why they say the city did not do enough to prevent the crash.
State police is stepping up its patrols on New Year's Eve. What you need to know to stay safe on the roads.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Jamel Johnson.
And I'm Bridget Bjorlo. Glad you're with us tonight. The New Year's holiday consistently ranks among the year's deadliest days for alcohol-related fatal car accidents, according to AAA.
Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot spoke with state police and First Night Hartford's event director about what people can expect on the roads and while celebrating. Kay.
No matter how and where you choose to ring in the new year, it's important to do it safe and responsible.
What really matters most is that everybody enjoys time with their friends and family, but does so safely and responsibly.
That means
if you're going to drink, have a designated driver, use a rideshare program, but just do so safely.
And if you still need plans to ring in the new year, First Night Hartford is hosting its 36th annual New Year's Eve celebration for all ages.
We're expecting over 10,000 people this year. We had about that last year, and so far our button sales have shown some good signs of being up this year, and so we're crossing our fingers it'll be a big night.
There will be something for everyone to enjoy on Tuesday.
And this year for our kids programming, which is the 2 to 6 block before the 6 o'clock fireworks, we're partnering with Nightfall in their artistic collaboration this year, which we're really excited about. So all of the venues around town that do kids programming will have a teaching artist from Nightfall there and kind of doing things in an additive way, and they all add up to some fun.
There will also be a beer garden and a bar on site. Devereaux still urges those 21 and older to drink responsible. Recent National Highway Traffic Safety Administration shows during the Christmas and New Year holidays in 2022, there were 281 drunk driving related deaths.
So we'll have extra patrols out for DUI and just extra patrols out in general to ensure that the motorists are safe during travel.
Police presence will be visible at Bushnell Park, and if you wish to attend, visit fox61.com for more information. As always, if you're too intoxicated to drive home, utilize rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft. In studio, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Kay, thank you as always. Turning to weather now, there's only one day left in the year, and Bridget, I can't wait to see what the last day of 2024 looks like.
I was hoping for sunshine, maybe even a little snow, but instead it looks like we're gonna get some rain, huh, Chief?
Well, it looks like the rain will start after sunset, so you don't have to worry about it. We'll even wake up to sun tomorrow morning, but around the time the ball is dropping, this is what the radar looks like, with areas of rain, heavier downpours, and even the chance for some thunder. So it'll be a wet start to 2025. Another thing I wanted to kind of put on your radar, so to speak, as we advance, not to New Year's Day, but after that, Thursday, it looks like it could be blustery, maybe even strong enough for some outages. So that's another thing that we'll be watching. But again, the bottom line is bring your rain gear to ring in the new year. Look at these highs today. We made it into the 50s to near 60 degrees. We were just 2 degrees shy of the daily record high temperature for the Hartford area. I know you felt it. Temperatures right now are still well above average in the 40s to right around 50 degrees. And there's still a little bit of a breeze out there, but the wind is diminishing, and that will continue as we head through the overnight hours. Temperatures bottom out in the 30s as we head towards daybreak. We are waking up to sunshine. We'll see increasing clouds through the afternoon with high temperatures still well above average. Not as warm as today, but highs around 50 degrees for the final day of December is pretty warm. And that rain developing late, we'll say around 10 o'clock or so. We'll talk more about the timeline and the chill that follows. Your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, talk soon. Thank you. A man accused of murdering a mother and her baby 1 month ago faced a judge today.
Prosecutors say 23-year-old Lance Morales escaped to Puerto Rico after the crime, but was found a few days later.
Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has the very latest from the courtroom after his arraignment earlier today.
In court, we learned more about what police say happened back in November when Lance Morales allegedly shot a mother and her baby after she owed him money.
But right now, these babies are hurting, that family is hurting, and so many of us are hurting.
This was a month ago when the Hartford community held a vigil to honor and remember the lives of a Springfield, Massachusetts mom and her baby.
The scheme of spirit in Hartford.
Police say 20-year-old Josiah Mercado and her 4-month-old were shot and killed on November 19th near New Britain Ave. Police say 23-year-old Lance Morales, seen on surveillance video, pulled up alongside Mercado's car and opened fire. Police say Morales not only killed the mother and child, but also wounded a man in his 20s. The message from Hartford's interim police chief shortly after the shooting.
I promise you, and I make good on my promises, that you will apprehend it, and I will use all resources to apprehend you. State, federal, and all the partners that I have.
Police kept that promise. Days after the crime, Morales was found by U.S. Marshals in Puerto Rico. He was extradited over the weekend and appeared in a Hartford courtroom Monday morning.
For the capital felony, the defendant has no right to bond.
Prosecutors went over Morales' lengthy criminal history. His defense attorney says he lives with his dad in Waterbury and doesn't have a job.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you consider bond in the amount of $3 million with a 30% option.
Court documents reveal this all comes after Mercado was renting a car from Morales for $100 a day and was behind on her payments. Detectives say the two also had some sort of a relationship in the past. The documents say Morales, known by the nickname Macho, pulled alongside Mercado at a stoplight where she told him she had her baby in the car. The witness told police Morales said, "I don't care," and shot them. On Monday, Mercado's friends and family shouted something at Morales as he was walking out of court. Now, the judge set Morales' bond at $5 million. If posted, he'd have to pay 40% of that. He'd also be on house arrest with an ankle bracelet. He is expected back in court on January 8th. We are in Hartford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
4 women injured in a 2022 car crash are suing the city of New Haven and 2 companies. They claim the crash could have been prevented. The crash happened on Sargent Drive when the vehicle the women were riding in was hit during an illegal street race. The crash caused a chain reaction and killed a man from Massachusetts. The lawsuit accuses the city of New Haven, Long Wharf Ventures LLC, and New Haven Food Terminal Inc. of negligence. Since the crash, the city of New Haven has put in speed bumps along Sargent Drive.
Cities on the East Coast, not just in Connecticut, are really struggling to address this challenge. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is that the state law in Connecticut doesn't allow police officers to engage in an active chase. So we can't follow these folks in a high-speed chase to catch them. And so we need to use a lot of other tools to address this challenge, which is a real frustrating challenge. A lot of residents are frustrated around the city.
An attorney representing the 4 women released a statement today saying, quote, "Unfortunately, the action needed to prevent this tragedy just didn't happen, and we stand by the allegations filed in court. These women's lives will never be the same again. This is an important case involving very serious injuries," end quote. Meanwhile, 2 drivers, David Tahari and Emily Murphy, are accused of participating in the street race. They were arrested last year and are now awaiting trial.
New tonight, DEEP and state police are investigating a body that was found in the Connecticut River today. DEEP received a report of a body discovered in the river in Haddam Meadows State Park around 2:30 p.m. The body was recovered. The individual was pronounced dead at the scene. Details are limited at this time, but will continue to update as we learn more.
1 woman is dead after police say she was hit by a motorcycle in West Haven. This happened on Campbell Avenue last night. Police say the motorcycle hit Jamie Taylor as she was crossing the street. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. The driver of the motorcycle remains in the hospital tonight. We're told in critical condition. A portion of the road was closed for around 6 hours as police investigated.
A South Windsor man faces child sex abuse materials charges. Police say a private company tipped them off that Eric LeClaire had the images. They were able to track him down through a computer address. Officials searched through his home and found more images. LeClaire was released on $75,000 bond. He's expected in court January 15th.
A weapons arrest in Hamden turned into an animal neglect investigation. Police charged Timothy Trent for owning an illegal weapon 2 weeks ago. When police searched his home, though, on Hobson Avenue, they found 4 dogs and 2 chickens. They were called back to the home last week for a report that the animals were not being cared for. Animal control eventually took the animals away, and as police investigate, meantime, Trent is expected to appear in court on Friday on those weapons charges.
State police are searching for 3 people they believe stole from a Walgreens in Griswold. Take a look at your screen here. Troopers are asking for your help to identify the people pictured here. They say a man and a woman stole from the Walgreens on Main Street on December 17th. The male suspect was wearing a FedEx uniform. The female suspect filled 2 bags with stolen merchandise. The pair were then in a gray SUV, which was driven by a 3rd person. Anyone with information should call police.
And Waterford police are asking for the public's help tonight to find the person who robbed a gas station. Officers are sharing these photos with us. They say the person cornered the clerk while holding a knife. It happened at the Best Way gas station on Boston Road last night. The clerk was not injured. Anyone who has information on who this person is should call the Waterford Police Department.